Hello everyone, it's Steve with Aptera Owners Club. Several years ago, I read a book called "The Age of Surveillance Capitalism: The Fight for Human Future at the New Frontier of Power." This is a book written by Shoshana I can't pronounce her name, Zuboff. She is a professor at Harvard Business School, and basically, this is talking about how our data is the new product of the new economy. So you know that a lot of companies right now essentially sell us or information about us as their main product. Google being the number one example of that, but Facebook, Google, in many ways, Apple, Tesla, and Amazon. These companies and your banking and your credit card company, they all know so much information about you, and they sell it to people that are interested in selling you things and in predicting your behavior. And this is a fascinating book. I recommend reading it. It's a little bit dense. It's written by like an academic book, but if you're interested, I'll put a link to the book below. But the reason I bring this up is that a few days ago, Mozilla, this was on September 6, 2023, they looked at car companies and they figured out that car companies are the absolute worst companies in terms of protecting your data and your privacy. And it's pretty shocking, actually. They collect a lot of data about you. And if you look at how much data they can collect about you, this is an article back from 2021 saying that the average car probably produces several gigabytes. Oh, here we go. Generates about 25 gigabytes of data per hour. And your car knows a lot about you. It knows where you go, how fast you go. It knows what you listen to. It knows just a lot of things about your behavior because we spend so much of our lives in our cars. So if you read, I'll link this article from Mozilla, and you should read it for yourself because it's very interesting. More than the vast majority of all 25 brands, automotive brands that they surveyed, and the reason they even know about this is because California has a law that makes it so that they have to disclose. It's the California Consumer Privacy Act. So Mozilla Corporation exploited that law to get information from these companies. These companies do not want to tell you what they do, but they're forced to by this California law. And so if you look at this, 84% of the cars will share your personal data and 76% will sell your personal data. And 92% give you no control. You can't opt out of this data collection. As long as you drive their cars and buy their cars, they are collecting your data, and most of them are selling your data. And they don't meet any minimum security standards. And if you look at the list of brands, they're listed from bad to worse. None of them are good. So if you look at this, these are some European brands we don't know very well. BMW, Subaru, Fiat, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, VW, Toyota, Lexus, Ford, Lincoln, Audi, Mercedes-Benz, Honda, Acura, Kia. So, they've looked at every single major brand, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac. Of course, these are all going to be the same, but they're all GM. Hyundai, Nissan, and then the absolute worst is Tesla. Tesla is more of a tech company than it is a car company, actually. And they're very interested in collecting your data and using it for themselves and selling it to other people. And if this was a article written by Axios back in 2019, talking about how much information that Tesla constantly records. They record your video, they record where you go, when you start autopilot, and what you do, both inside and outside the vehicle. This is some creepy categories. It's worth reading the review. You should know that includes your sexual activity. So Nissan is collecting that. Kia also says that they'll collect information about your sex life in the privacy policy. And 6 car companies say they will collect your genetic information or genetic characteristics. Not real sure how they plan on collecting your genetic information. I doubt that they have some kind of sampling from to get like skin cells and like do a genetic sequencing on you, but maybe they are. It's kind of crazy. Anyways, the the bottom line is they're all bad. None of them are good, and there is there's really no option right now. So this is something that car companies really need to come to terms with, and we need to kind of force them to come to terms with it. And I think Aptera would do well to kind of differentiate themselves from the other car companies by putting out a statement about how they plan on using your data. And hopefully Aptera will give you options to opt out of sharing and to erase your data, or to have them not collect your data. See, they said, if you no longer wish, this is Tesla's statement. If you no longer wish for us to collect vehicle data or any of the data from your Tesla, please contact us. Please note certain advanced features will be disabled. This may result in your vehicle suffering from reduced functionality, serious damage, or inoperability. So they're basically saying, if you don't want us to collect data, your cars may not work. Anyways, read this article. I will link this below. Also, this book is fascinating if you want to know more about it. But it is a very, very relevant topic that we kind of need to come to terms with. That the reason they're collecting the data is that people are saying that within a decade, this vehicle data market is going to be worth between 80 and 800 billion dollars. Now, obviously, that's a huge range. So they don't really know how much it's going to be worth, but they just know it's going to be worth a lot. Minimum of 80 and possibly up to $1 trillion a year, which is, nothing to scoff at. So I would really like Aptera to come out with a statement saying that they will differentiate themselves from every other major car company in allowing you to control your data that they have, and opt out of selling it, or them keeping it for a long time, or otherwise exploiting your data. And so I think that would go a long ways to help to, again, further differentiate Aptera from every other car company out there. All right, tell me what you guys think about this below. And do you think Aptera should come out with a statement? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys.